Quick thought experiment, a homeowner jumps on Google and types drywall repair near me. Sure, it looks like they're looking for this service, but really at the end of the day, they don't really care about the mud tape or texture. What they want is that ugly hole in their living room wall to disappear before the in-laws show up for dinner. And the contractor who wins the job almost never brags about level 5 finishes. It's the one who says, we're going to make that hole vanish so fast you forgot it was ever there. In today's episode, we're unpacking the 6 silent killers that sink otherwise successful handymen, and more importantly, how to dodge every single one. Welcome to the Handyman System Podcast, your ultimate guide to building and running a successful handyman business. If you are an aspiring or working handyman or contractor and you're looking to learn business pricing, marketing, or automation strategies, you have come to the right place. So join us as we dive into the actual tips and proven strategies to help you nail down your business goals and renovate your path to success. Your hosts are myself, Becca Ellison. I am the CEO of the Handyman System, a marketing agency that helps handyman businesses thrive, and I am often joined by Caleb Ingram, the CEO of North Seattle Handyman. Let's get started. Hey there, I'm Becca Ellison, and this is the Handyman System Podcast, the show that's helping you turn great craftsmanship into great business as well. I've coached literally over 100 handyman business owners, and I've watched some of them skyrocket while others that are equally talented with the tools quietly fold. The difference is the successful ones steer clear of the 6 traps we're about to cover. Let's dive in. Reason number 1. No predictable lead flow. The first step is living on referral fumes. I call it the miracle Mike pattern. Mike's phone rang off the hook for 9 months straight, then poof, silence. Not bad luck, it's just math. Word of mouth alone cannot refill your pipeline fast enough. So how do you fix it? Keep the word of mouth going. Absolutely. But you need to do more than just word of mouth if you're going to grow a successful business and not worry about how many jobs you have from week to week. Plant your digital flag and fully fill out your Google business profile. 90% of local searches start there, and it's free. Number 2, capture every single review. You want to text a review link before you leave the driveway, or automate it once you have gone back to your system and said, hey, the job is done. With Service Biz Builder and our Ready Roll system, we can automate that ask automatically so that you never forget and you never have to awkwardly stand there and ask. Next, you need to give people a place to find you online. Our Ready Roll websites turn curious Googlers into booked appointments because your Ready Roll website or website in general is going to be your digital storefront, and it is going to do your selling for you. If you do these 3 things, you can avoid staring at that empty calendar again, because you're not just relying on somebody who was happy with the work thinking about you and telling other people about your business. Instead, you're showing up where the people who have an active need are already searching. Number 2 comes down to pricing, and really it comes down to guessing at what your hourly rate should be. $65 feels fair, right? Wrong. That gut feel price usually ignores any amount of overhead, taxes, vehicle insurance, the cordless tool graveyard in your truck, and any profit that you want to have. So you want to run the math, and we can run the math together. First, add your true labor costs, add your monthly overhead, divide the number by the number of hours you can actually bill. Spoiler alert, it's not 40 hours a week. And then tack on the profit that keeps the lights on and the family fed. If spreadsheets make your eyes glaze over, grab the pricing and projections workbook in our online store. Plug in your numbers. I'm going to go backwards and start with reason number 2. Reason number 2 is guessing at your hourly rate. If you find yourself being like, I don't know, I think $65 an hour sounds good. No, you're wrong. If you gut feel your price, you're ignoring overhead, taxes, vehicle insurance, that cordless tool graveyard in the back of your truck, and any profit you need to live off. All of that is important and comes from knowing your actual numbers, not guessing at what you think is fair. At the end of the day, home repairs and handyman work may seem easy to you. But it is common that handymen undercharge because they think no one's going to pay a lot. Actually, what you do is very difficult and it takes a lot of problem solving. And why a lot of people in construction don't do home repairs is because it's not actually that easy to come in and fix something that's broken versus just installing something brand new. It might feel easy to you, but that's just because it's in your zone of genius. And you don't want to underprice yourself just because something is easy to you, right? It's the value you bring, not how easy it is for you. At the end of the day, you need to run the math. You need to know what your true labor cost is. If you are your labor, you need to know how much you need to bring home to pay your personal bills at the end of the month. That is your labor cost, and you need to fill it in because when you grow and you want someone else to do this, it's going to be similar to what you're paying someone else to do, right? Then you have your monthly overhead, like your website costs, insurance costs, PO box, phone, tools, and all of those things that happen every month, whether or not you book work. That's your overhead. You take your labor cost, your overhead, and divide by the number of hours you can actually bill. Spoiler alert, it's not 40 hours a week. Usually it's closer to 30. Then you need to tack on profit that keeps the lights on, the family fed, a little bit of money in your bank, so when the season shifts and things slow down, you're not scrambling to make your bills, okay? So if you're like, but how do I really figure that out? We have our pricing and projections workbook in our online store where you can plug in your numbers and we preload it with common numbers so you don't have to start from scratch. And it spits out your real hourly rate so you can say confidently, I know I have to charge at least $100 an hour, because then it makes it really easy to say no to those jobs when people come in and say, can't you just do it for $70 an hour? You're like, nope, I need it to be a specific number. The cool thing about the pricing and projections workbook as well is that as you add team members and admin, you can actually project how much money you're going to make and where you become even more profitable. You can say goodbye to the dartboard pricing if you know exactly what your numbers say. Remember, charging more isn't gouging. It signals professionalism and it funds a better customer experience. A higher price equals higher trust. Number 3 is a killer, focusing on the service instead of the outcome. No one that's not in construction dreams of joint compound. They dream of a wall so flawless their spouse can't see the patch anymore. You want to think about how you present yourself, how you talk to people, and how you put information on your website or talk on social media. You don't want to just be like expert drywall repair and leave it at that. You want to change it to say, hole? What hole? And swap your before of and then the third is a killer, and this is one most people get wrong. And this is when you focus on the service you're providing instead of the outcome. Your client actually doesn't really want to hire you. They're not waking up in the middle of the night being like, I really want to hire a contractor to come. They have a problem. And the problem is so annoying that they're like, I need a contractor to come fix my stuff in my house. The service might be the drywall patch or the door adjustment. You do need to have that information up there, but at the end of the day, that's not actually what you're selling. You're selling the fact that the door won't be sticky, or it will close and keep their toddler in during nap time, or that hole in the drywall will be gone and won't even be noticeable by the time your in-laws are coming over for dinner. That's what your ideal client wants. The more you talk about the service, the more you're going to attract people who DIY and care about how to do a drywall patch. But the people that are going to hire you as a handyman don't actually want to know how to do a drywall patch. They just want the hole gone. So learning and leaning into the problem conversation, not the service conversation, is where handyman businesses really start to flourish. The next option, reason number 4, is chaos operations in a high volume world. No one warns rookie handyman about that smaller jobs mean more jobs, right? 10 two-hour fixes can equal the revenue of one remodel, but that means you have 10 times the inquiries, 10 times the estimates, and clients asking if you are still on for Thursday because you forgot to follow up with them because there's 10 of them, right? That flood of micro communication is where chaos is going to lean to burnout and end up with unhappy clients and bad reviews. There's really only so much your human brain or a pocket notebook can juggle before balls start dropping and customers start noticing that you dropped those balls and not coming back. If you're allergic to building a system, you're going to be handcuffing your own growth. The antidote is simple, but non-negotiable. You need to centralize every lead and job into one CRM board. Service Biz Builder, which is what ReadyRoll systems are built off of, is my weapon of choice. Next, you want to automate status updates and reminders so clients never wonder what's next. The more you can automate, the simpler your life becomes and your clients still feel like you are communicating. And then you want to finish each day with a 10-minute ops sweep. Clear the inbox, update your pipeline, shut the laptop, make sure you know exactly where you are before you come back the next morning, right? Without that pipeline discipline, the sheer volume of small jobs are going to invade your evenings, steal your weekends, and can cap both your income and your sanity. Reason number 5 is coming down to customer service. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. You assume that your clients know what to expect from you, but guess what? They don't. You say change order and they hear surprise invoice. They don't build bathrooms for a living. You do, right? So you want to treat them like first-time flyers. Before you pick up the hammer, you want to email a plain English outline, scope, timeline, payment schedule, who's showing up, how it might get. Even if it's a 2-hour job, they still want to know. Morning of the job, you want to send out a, hey, I'm on my way text message with an arrival window. We can automate that, just so you know. And before you leave each day, you want to snap a progress photo. You want to sweep the site cleaner, then you found it, because the client might not know the quality and detail of the work that you did, but they are going to recognize that you left a mess or not. Then send them a recap photo or keep that progress photo for a good social media update. Small gestures build trust, and trust builds good reviews and repeat clients. So the ritual turns a nervous homeowner into a raving fan with keyboards for those 5-star reviews. Number 6 comes down to the last but most lethal, and I see it all the time, and that is burnout. 60-hour weeks, skipped lunches, snapping at your kids because yesterday's faucet leak ate today's drywall patch. Burnout tanks quality and sinks the entire business. Your escape plan starts with a now, next, and not now type of board. Work on what's now and park any shiny ideas into a not now so they stop shouting for attention. First hire, either a field helper who doubles your billable hours or a virtual admin who can help you with your phones and inbox. You want to record yourself doing repetitive tasks, and those videos become SOPs, which are standard operating procedures, so that your team can follow it. With these types of steps, move away from burnout, build a system that is scalable, and then you move from technician to CEO. Now, do you need to have these systems and SOPs when it comes to you just doing the job yourself? 100% yes. Because again, you're dealing with a lot more volume when you're dealing with small jobs, and there's only so much your brain can hold on to, especially if you want to leave your brain space available for your next camping trip or your next hunting trip or going out and seeing a show instead of having to circle back and follow back because you're not sure what may or may not have been done yet, right? So let's do a little rapid recap. If you don't have predictable leads, that's a huge problem. You need to plant your digital flag and automate reviews. Are you underpricing? You need to stop guessing at what your prices should be, do the math, or get our workbook to help you do it, and then be very strict about what you say yes to. Next is, are you doing service-first messaging? Are you talking about the problems, not the tools or the services? The problems are really, at the end of the day, what the client cares about, not the service. Is your operations in chaos? You need to have one CRM. You need to have one place and one system that everybody goes through. Make your website do the selling for you. Have everyone inquire via the inquiry form on your website, even if you have a phone call with them, because it trains them to go through your website, which then engages your website, which Google likes and will help you with SEO. And then it means that all of your inquiries come in the same way. It's not 75 different ways. Even if somebody calls, you fill out the form so that it's still coming in that same way and you can run through the same system. If you're providing a poor customer experience, you need to be super communicative and spell out every step. You have lived the world of a contractor your entire life. You understand it, but your clients have no idea what you're talking about. Dumb it down, bring it down, say, can I explain this like a fourth grader would understand it? And then do that. Next is avoiding burnout, right? So you want to bucket your tasks, get help, and build systems so that it's not all on your shoulders. So if you tackle these 6, you're going to be already ahead of 90% of the market that is putting their head in the sand. If you want a website and a CRM that shows up fully assembled, head to readyrollwebsites.com. If you are drowning in admin and need an entire back office automated, try the handymansystem.com/call and schedule a call with us. You can also come and hang out with us in the Handyman System Insiders Facebook group for live tips and conversations with other handymen. If this episode sparked an idea for you, please leave a review. Click that little 5 stars, leave a quick review, and it really fuels us and the show, helps other people find us and keeps us going. So let's keep those margins healthy and those holes invisible. Thanks for listening, and I will talk to you soon. So that wraps up another episode of the Handyman System Podcast. I hope you found today's insights valuable. Remember, success isn't just about knowing the right tools, it's about taking action and building your business every single day. If you've enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with anyone you think might find it valuable. Until next time, keep building and keep improving.